when the numerology came up, I'm like, wow, these are my people. You're all connecting the dots.
There's certain people that this work is like life to them, and that's most of you in the class.
Wow, that's the most interesting thing I've ever heard of.
You're at the end of the class now, but this is just the beginning of your lessons, because it never stops hitting you in the face the way the world really works, because now you have its blueprint somehow, and it's it just keeps revealing and revealing.
It was kind of like I had done everything in my life that I could think of to help myself. Like, it was kind of like I was hitting a wall.
Yeah.
Since then, you've done a few readings for me, and my whole life I've been watching patterns and people. Like, I find people fascinating. And so, like, when you were doing that, I was like, whoa, this is not like next level. It's like next level. Like, how is she doing this? This is amazing. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And every time you did one, it was like so like spot on for the thing I needed to.
When I doubt things, I'm like, show me proof, because I need a lot of proof. And now they'll spell out someone's name. They'll show me their face. They'll show me things that remind me of them. And they'll do it until I pay attention.
Oh, interesting.
It will literally just put it as, like, I'll stumble across it if I don't pay attention. You know what I mean? And then I pay attention, and then they send me, like, the next message. If you don't pay attention, they'll keep sending it until it's, like, so in your face you can't not pay attention.
So the temptation is to be scared. The temptation is to not share with them what you believe really close to your heart, but it's really important. And after this happens, like, there's a part of this that you'll want to be like, was that the right decision? I shouldn't have done that. Like, I was too vulnerable. But it's almost like there was never any other way for you. Like, you're always supposed to do it. So when you do, if you do, I don't know if that's actually a thing for you. It's the right decision to do it. Even if you're vulnerable, even if they say the wrong thing to you, you did the right thing. I mean, there's the high energy one, but I'm not being drawn to that one as much. What about you, Tammy?
I was being drawn to her life purpose number as well. So your life purpose is the wise man at the gates of East and West, and it's all about making good decisions. It's also about being a keeper of the knowledge. Like, you're someone who knows the right thing. You just don't always take the right options. Like, you don't always make the right choices for yourself, but you're always... This time on Beyond Numerology, I'm sitting down with Petrine, one of my wizard school students who is now in the final stages of certification. Before finding numerology, Petrine spent 10 years working as an operating room nurse, where she became incredibly skilled at reading people under pressure, navigating intense emotional dynamics, and connecting deeply with patients in vulnerable moments. And when she found numerology, something clicked. Not because it felt unfamiliar, but because it finally gave structure to the things she had already been sensing intuitively for years. In this conversation, we talk about spiritual awakenings, synchronicities, intuitive gifts, healing, and what happens when your abilities start amplifying through numerology work. We also get into some really fascinating conversations about channeling, energy healing, and the deeper patterns that seem to guide people toward their purpose. This episode really feels like watching someone remember who they've always been. So without making you wait any longer, let's get into it. Welcome to Beyond Numerology. I'm Tammy Lopresti, the creator of Cosmic Ascended Numerology, a rare and super accurate way of decoding who you are and why you're here. If you're new around here, I'm so glad you found us. And if you've been in my world for a while, then you already know that I don't do numerology like everyone else. Think of this podcast as your weekly spiritual hangout. A place where we dive into your soul's plan, uncover what you came here to learn, understand, and experience, and help you wake back up to the you that you came here to be. Every Friday night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, we record new episodes on Zoom and invite a live audience to hang out with us. This is your chance to be in the room while we chat with our guest of the week, do mini numerology readings, and enjoy occasional psychic insights from our guests. Whether it's card pulls, spirit guide messages, messages from loved ones on the other side, or other surprises that they might bring. Want the VIP experience? Stick around for the after show where you can hang out with me and the guest of the week to answer your own questions and get a behind-the-scenes look at the magic happening live. It's always fresh, always different, and always a good time. So whether you're tuning in live or catching the replay, welcome. I'm so happy you're here, and I have a feeling you're going to love it. Now let's go beyond numerology, because your soul's plan starts right now. So hi everyone, we are here today with Petrine. Petrine is one of my students, and she is about to graduate, so she's doing all of her practice stuff, and this is one of her requirements to graduate. So, so welcome to the show. I'm glad that you're here.
Thanks everyone
Happy
for
to have
having
you.
me.
And she's coming all the way from Canada, so
Yeah.
pretty cool.
When I give my website, it's going to be a .ca.
Yeah, that's okay.
Where in Canada?
I live in British Columbia on the west coast
Oh.
in Langley. Yeah,
Ah,
love the
nice.
ocean.
Very nice.
Something about seawater. Although I know that
Oh, yeah.
salt water is
Mm.
healing and cleansing.
Mhm. Absolutely, yeah.
So Norma, we're not gonna be unmuting now for this part of the
No, sorry, I just
it's totally okay. We're gonna unmute though in the after show. So
yeah,
just,
yeah,
you
I
know,
will now. Yeah, I think I did.
totally okay. I just, like we haven't done that for the last 2 weeks, so it's totally fine. Um, anyway, so tell me about what brought you to wizard school and how your experience has been.
So I had been following Laura. I found her through Dolores Cannon
Okay.
and just kind of watching her podcast and everything. And then I seen you come on and you doing readings and stuff. And since then, you've done a few readings for me. And like, my whole life, I've been watching patterns and people. Like, I find people fascinating. And so, like, when you were doing that, I was like, whoa, this is not like next level. It's like next level. Like, how is she doing this? This is amazing. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And every time you did one, it was like so like spot on for the thing I needed to do. It was kind of like I had done everything in my life that I could think of to help myself. Like, it was kind of like I was hitting a wall.
Yeah. 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 And then numerology just kind of breaks through that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had been from a point, I don't know how many years ago, that like my world kind of crashed, and I was like, I don't like, I know it's now called like a dark night of the soul, where like you question everything again. Like the floor has fallen out from underneath you. And like I had done like a few times of that, like maybe 3 or 4 times. And then it happened like 5, 6, 7, 8. And I was like, how many times is this gonna happen until I realized it doesn't stop?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I'm like, I'm gonna need more tools. When I seen you, I was like, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that you called in a guide, like, or do you feel like you called in like something new? Like, do you feel like you asked to see it and then it showed up, or do you feel like it just was like a strange, awesome thing that just happened to show up? Like, you know?
Well, I've been working in the operating room for like I think you posted like for about 10 years. And so
Yeah.
like I in specialty areas in nursing, like you really get to know the people you work with. Like
Mm-hmm.
you work so closely together. And not only did I get to know like surgeons, nurses, like all the different people in the hospital, like so
Mhm.
closely. Um, yeah, just getting to know everyone and like my patients, like I got really good at like people say like, oh, you go into OR nursing because people go, your patients go to sleep. You know, they're not awake, so you're not really dealing with patients. But like I
That's
really like
probably easier, right?
yeah, sometimes. But I do really love people. So I just got really good at connecting with people really quickly.
Hmm.
And I finally got to the point where I was like, so what are you like? They're like, oh, I'm anxious, like before surgery, obviously. Like
Yeah.
I would be too. I was like, what are you scared of? And a few of most of them, not most of them, maybe like 20% are like, they're like, I'm scared I'm not gonna wake up.
Yeah.
And I was like, and so, but it's like that thing, like when you shine a light in the dark, the monsters are like right sized. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I practiced this over and over again, and I thought I was doing really well. And like I get readings here and there, and I got a reading from someone, and they're like, your higher self is like really frustrated that you could do so much more. I was like,
Mm.
and like how much more like I can affect the whole
Mhm.
OR and the whole department. Not that like I'm doing anything special or something, but it's kind of like I had done enough to be like able like to learn more, like next level,
Mhm.
like okay,
Yeah.
because I do like to continue learning and
Mhm.
experience things and all that stuff. And it was like, do you want to see this? And so like when I found your work, I was like,
Mhm.
I check people in all day asking about their birth date because you have to have a two identifier.
Yeah.
And like I do so many C-sections, so like babies are born all the time and I was
Uh,
so close to the last person that like had a baby. Like we take them from our OR to the post anesthetic recovery because they've had
mhm.
a spinal. And I almost told the lady what the birthday meant.
Yeah.
Just something really neat. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
There
You're
wasn't
like,
a moment where I could jump in, but like I was so ready. And so like
yeah.
how neat would that be just to like that quick moment just to tell a mom and the dad about just something that's going to help them in
Yeah.
their life.
Yeah. I used to work with babies. I
Oh,
was really baby sick when my youngest daughter was about 5 or 6, I would say. I got really baby sick and I did not want to I couldn't have any babies anyway. I had already gotten my tubes tied, but
mm.
my doctor said it was reversible. And
Oh dear.
I was like,
Uh-oh.
no, 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 I don't
Don't
want to
tell me
do
that.
that. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I went to work at the hospital and I was taking pictures of babies,
Mm.
and so I was going in their room, everybody was cleaned up and good. I didn't have to deal with any of the surgery part or anything.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not good with any medical things,
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
I would go in and meet everybody, and it was hard for me as well to not do numerology,
Mm-hmm.
I actually remember this one little baby that I was like, oh, I have to tell you, but I didn't,
Yeah.
because I wasn't allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember that feeling. Like because these babies are so amazing and
Oh,
because you know their birthday,
yeah.
So yeah.
But I think even though I'm not telling the mom anything, like there's something that's still happening though, maybe when I see that
Hmm.
birth date,
Yeah.
because like I float a lot where I work. Like I do a lot of break
Mhm.
relief stuff. Like I'm
Yeah.
still doing what everyone else is doing, but I'm a social butterfly. I like to come in and
Hmm.
out of the ORs and stuff and just pick up where they've left off. But like this last year,
Hmm.
from out of nowhere, I'll be like, oh, I'm just gonna go in this room and a baby was just being born. It's almost like
That's
just
cool.
whatever I'm bringing is helping or doing something.
Yeah,
So maybe
that's
my higher
awesome.
self isn't so frustrated now.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're walking more with the energy or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
yeah.
So what did like what would you say you liked the most about the class? Like what changed for you taking the class? like maybe like what did you not expect to happen?
Well, it's interesting. Like maybe about 2 to 3 years ago, I started working on my finances
Mm-hmm.
and I did a lot of healing around that.
Mm-hmm.
And right before your course started, I was I applied for a credit card and I was like, what am I doing? I'm just gonna cancel it once I get it. And then your course came up. I'm like, well, I wouldn't have been able to do that if I hadn't gotten my finances all like sorted out. There's
Yeah.
no way I would get another credit card if I had a few credit cards. Like
Yeah.
I consolidate like this last few years I've consolidated all my debt. Like I've
Mhm.
done so much work on that. And because of that, I got to take your course.
That's
So it was
pretty
like
awesome.
everything was lining up. Like there was just so many
Yeah.
synchronicities. Like the, and then
Yeah.
and not too long ago I've learned that unless people have like skin in the game, which is like their time or their money,
Yeah.
like they're not, or yeah, I've learned that they're not that committed. And so I knew that in order for me to go ahead, I had to pay because that was my skin in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it was like you do it or you don't, type thing
Yeah.
for me anyways. So there was just a lot of synchronicities and a lot of lessons that led up to that point where it was so natural.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then once I started the course, I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
the synchronicities just kept happening, which is
That's
so cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that in I learned that in business school, and then I learned that again, with just about every coach I've worked with has taught that, if people don't exchange something for what you're giving them, it's almost like they don't take it seriously.
Hmm.
And for the longest time, I didn't agree with that. Like I didn't believe that. I thought that, people would be so happy to have a free reading or something. I used to give free
Hmm.
readings all the time. And after, years of doing that, I realized that when you don't charge, people don't get anything out of it. Not
Yeah.
always, but 9 times out of 10, people don't take it seriously and they don't really value it. And then when people do pay for it, it changes. Like not only
Yeah.
do they take it more seriously, but they also get a lot out of it.
Hmm.
And so I don't think I'd ever go back to free readings. Like, I don't think I'd ever do that again. I don't think I'd ever go back to low cost readings as well, because
Hmm.
when I do really big sales and I've dropped my, like I'm about at the $200 range now.
Hmm.
And I dropped it all the way to like $25 or $23 or something a couple years ago. I
Hmm.
still have people that have paid for sessions that never came.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Interesting.
and a lot of people, like not just like one or two, I think I would say I have at least six or seven that never came. And then
Wow.
like I still have people at the $200 level
Yeah.
that don't come,
It
but that's
happens.
that's really rare.
Hmm.
Like that's really rare. Usually when people spend that kind of money, they come.
Yeah.
And even if they spend 50 or $100, they come. But they also like take it really seriously. Like they take it different.
Yeah. It's almost like they're more vulnerable. Like they're willing to listen.
Yeah. 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 Well, and there's like perceived value,
Yeah.
like
For sure. Yeah.
so I know I take things more seriously when I pay money for them too, and when I pay
Yeah.
a
Me
lot of
too.
money especially. So, yeah.
Like when you put your course to half price, I wanted to post, I don't know why I didn't, but now I
Hmm.
want to say it. I was like,
Hmm.
I, even if I could afford, or even if you had it at half price when I was paying for it,
Hmm.
I wanted to tell people I would still pay the full price again.
Really.
Like that's how great your course is.
Yeah, thank
Like
you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I creating wizard school was really hard because first of all, I didn't want to do it. Like I didn't think I was qualified to do it. I have a lot of imposter syndrome. And
Yeah.
I always have that thought in my head that I'm like, who am I to do this? Like, who am I that people would pay thousands of dollars to? That's
Yeah.
crazy. What do I
Yeah.
know that you don't know? Like
Yeah.
that's kind of how I think. Um, and so I was still in that mindset, but I also was in the mindset that I don't know everything yet. So how could I teach something that I'm still learning? Because
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like I'm a lifetime student.
Yeah.
And the guides got very, very very persistent. They were like, you have to do this. You have to do this. And it was like everywhere I looked, it was like they were jumping up and down, and I was even hearing them. Like
Wow.
it was so adamant that they were like, you have to do this. You have to do this. And I was like, I'm not doing it. Like, I kept walking around going, you're crazy. I'm not doing this. Like, I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
care what you say. I'm not doing this,
Yeah.
because I didn't feel comfortable with it. And
Mm.
then, um, and then I sat down on my bed one day and I like, because I was frustrated because they were
Yeah.
nonstop talking to me and showing me signs about it.
Would they even wake you up?
Yeah, they do that too. But I just in the middle of
Rude.
the day though, I sat down on my bed and I just said, "Fine, if I have to do this, then who am I supposed to teach? Tell me that." Because I was like so mad.
Yeah.
And immediately, and I've told this story before, but immediately I saw Yolanda's face and I saw her name. Like they
Oh,
showed me
interesting.
her name on this. I have this like TV in my head, kind of, like a screen. And hang on, I have to get my dog to stop. Sorry, I had to throw something at him. He's like annoying me. He's scratching at the floor. I don't know why he does that. Anyway, so they showed me her face and they showed me her name. And I had only met Yolanda once at that time, and I was pretty intimidated by her, actually. She's a pretty big deal herself, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not, no,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go tell her that I'm gonna teach this class that I don't even know how to teach. This girl's gonna laugh at me.
Yeah.
And 'cause she was a teacher, she was like a college professor and stuff,
Hmm.
you know. And I'm like, there's no way that she's gonna want to take this class. And but they showed me and I was like, I guess, whatever.
Interesting.
And then I looked at my calendar and she was actually on my calendar for that week, just like randomly. And I had only met
Whoa.
her once, and it was like two
Wow.
months before that. She was on my calendar because we talked so much that we never got around to doing her reading. Like we started talking when we got on the call and never got to doing her reading. So she had
I
to
guess
come
it was
back.
kind of like her reading, though. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't even need to look. This is what
yeah.
we're doing.
Well, then when I saw her, I was like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like so nervous to ask her. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Have you ever considered like a new modality?" And she goes,
Mm.
"Are you kidding me right now?" And I was like, "What?" And she's like, I literally stood in my kitchen last week or 2 days ago or whenever it was. She's like, I stood in my kitchen and I said out loud, if you show me a modality, I will do it.
Whoa.
And I was like, holy crap, because I wouldn't even use that word normally. Like
Mm.
I didn't even know why I used that word, and that was the
Yeah.
word that she used. And she goes, "Yeah, I'll do it." And I was like, "What?" And that's how wizard school started.
Wow.
And then I didn't know what I was going to teach. I was like, I don't know how to separate all this into learning. Like, I don't know how to set up a course. I had one course and it was not good. It
You
was
got all the
so,
examples of what not to do.
yeah, it was like a good, it was a good starter, like, I mean, it was a good idea. Like, it was a
Yeah.
good intention, and I will redo it at some point, but it wasn't that good. And I wasn't proud of it. And anyway, so I didn't know how to put a course together. And then I just said to the guides, I said, all right, fine. Well, then you better help me because I don't know
Yeah.
what the heck I'm doing.
Yeah, fine
And
then.
they
They're
they
like, okay.
totally guided me through the whole thing. Every single week I just kind of showed up. I didn't really barely prepare
Mm,
because I don't do as good if I prepare. Like I
yeah.
actually do worse if I prepare for things. So I only a little bit prepared and
Hmm.
they guided the entire thing.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of the reasons I was drawn to you because I've been learning like maybe like even the 10 years that I've been working in the
Mhm.
OR, like I just consume all this stuff. Like I'm so thirsty for
Mhm.
like learning this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And for like maybe the last 5 years, like books and podcasts and all this stuff, like there's a lot of people now, they say a lot of things without saying anything.
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
know. I
oh,
know.
and so like when I meet people like you, I'm like, it's all content. Like
Yeah.
you're not like stretching it all out, what you could say in like one sentence.
No, I'm trying to fit it all in 30 weeks, which
Yeah,
is
exactly.
crazy.
And like it's all content. Like it's not
Yeah.
like, could she just say something? Like it's you're saying it all. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I don't feel like there's any part of it that you're not learning something.
No.
And I tried purposely to make it bite-sized, like I know that they're hour-long classes, but pretty much for the most part anyway.
Yeah.
But like I still tried to make it really simple and really easy to do just, one class at a time and not, be overwhelmed because it doesn't work if you're overwhelmed. Like it doesn't
No.
work if you can't just absorb all of this in 20 minutes or even 2 weeks. Like you can't just binge this course and then like go and try and practice it. It wouldn't work, you know.
No.
You have to integrate with it.
Yeah.
So I tried to do it slower and um, I tried to make it not overwhelming for anybody, It was overwhelming for me, you know,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
putting it
but
together.
yeah, it was really, really difficult to put together. But then at the same time, it was really easy. It was just a lot of work. Like it flowed really well, but then I'm like a perfectionist and I always like add a lot of work to myself. So I did
Yeah.
restructure it and change it over the second time I ran it and the third time I ran it, and then I finally redid the entire thing. So now the entire thing I'm proud of and I'm happy with
Yeah.
and I love
Yeah.
it actually. I love how
I
it
love it
turned
too.
out. So yeah. Yeah. I'm so happy to be done with it. I can't even tell
Yeah.
you. Every time I think about it, I want to do a happy dance because oh my goodness. Now I can just add to it
Yeah.
instead of recreating it. So yeah.
It's interesting that you said when you went to go do the course, you seen Yolanda's face. Like
Mm-hmm.
like I've done two readings that were about young adults,
Yeah.
and I think it really helped them. And then after I did my last one, I seen a young adult, like her face,
Mm,
like it's
that's
just she's
awesome.
next. And so I contacted her mom, and I'm glad I didn't
Mhm.
say who it was. She has four daughters, because that would kind
Yeah.
of be revealing, like that daughter's struggling, perhaps.
Yeah.
So I said, "Is there like one of your daughters that's struggling? Like I'm doing this thing."
Mm.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't need your money. Like I'm not trying to con you or anything. Like I would rather not like ask you, but
Yeah.
like if he's like, no, they're doing okay. But like who knows? Like if in a month or two one of her daughters comes
Hmm.
up to her and is like, I don't know what to do, like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so it's interesting that like, yeah, the face, like I seen it. I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, oh.
So that's what they do now when I and you might have this happen too. Like it's like when I doubt things, I'm like, show me proof, like, because I need a lot of
Yeah.
proof. And now they'll spell out someone's name, they'll show
Mm.
me their face, they'll show me like things that remind me of them, and they'll do it until I pay attention. Like
Oh,
they will
interesting.
literally just put it as like I'll stumble across it if I don't pay attention. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it literally shows up like that. and then I pay attention, and then they send me like the next message, and that's what
Hmm.
I always teach about with like the repeating numbers and all that. It's like
Yeah.
that's how the guides work. Like when you work with them, they work with you. And it's just like they'll send you a message, and when you pay attention, they'll send you the next one. If you don't
Mm.
pay attention, they'll keep sending it until it's like so in your face you can't not pay attention. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I think it's the clearest image I've ever gotten. So it's like, whoa.
Yeah,
I didn't say
well,
anything to her at first. So I'm like, I better just say
yeah.
something.
Expect for that to amplify because a
Interesting.
lot of your things will amplify as you do this work. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more you practice, the more you'll develop. So, yeah. So I have a question. So I always say that it seems that your channel opens up to do this work, like whether you have, because I'm looking at your chart right now, whether
Mm.
you have a seven or not, you're going to have that open channel open up with your
Right.
communication with your guides,
Yeah.
because you can't do numerology without doing that.
Hmm.
So my question is, was your channel already open before this? And if not, did it open during this? And then maybe at what point?
I remember in one of your podcasts, I think I wrote in the comments, like, wow, my abilities have changed a lot.
Yeah.
But I forget what they were. Like it was within the
Mm.
first few weeks, like things
Yeah.
like really amped up. All my natural abilities. It was
Yeah.
all, yeah, they did. And I don't
Yeah.
remember which ones they were,
Yeah.
but it was just such a natural flow that I was like, holy cow.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I tell people now. I didn't know that that would happen until after the first round of students went through. But like what I noticed with every single person was that whether they were an open channel or not, whether they were
Mm.
someone who channeled or not, it's almost like they became a channel overnight
Yeah.
because you can't not like you
Hmm.
can't do this work unless you can channel the messages to the person. Um, it wouldn't work. Like it just wouldn't
Yeah.
work. You couldn't do this with intellect. This doesn't work
No,
with
no.
intellect, you know. Yeah, so yeah, I just wonder like I wonder when that happens for people, and I wonder like, if they notice it right away, like that's what I wonder. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if other people in, like, I know that, I don't know if Sandy, she's in the course, she talked about
Mhm.
it at all, if her abilities.
Yeah, I don't know. I should
I'll
ask
have to
her.
ask her.
Yeah. Well, she'll be on here soon because she's graduating too soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And Carrie's graduating soon. And
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting,
yeah.
Carrie.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do numerology. And I never even turned on the chat. I guess I should have it on.
I'm just gonna
Um,
grab the power cord for my.
yeah, no problem. So we're gonna do some numerology, and me and Petrine are both gonna do it together so you guys can put some numbers in. She wanted to do my numbers first because she said she has like an odd thing going on that she wants to like test out on me. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So we're gonna do that first, and then we'll get into other people's numbers. So you can put in your own numbers, or you can put in numbers of someone that you know, or anyone that you want. And we'll do them. So I told them, are you all good?
Yep.
Okay. So I told everybody that we're gonna do numbers. But you said that you want to start out with me, and you have this like strange thing going on. So let's explain that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is your birthday?
Okay. So so tell us what the strange thing is though.
Okay.
Um
So I've gotten lots of readings where I've been told, like, from past lifetimes, I have like a natural ability to heal through like traditional Chinese medicine, meridian healing.
mhm.
And as I've grown and as I've learned, um, just more about spirituality and all this stuff. It's gotten stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see, like, when I've done the other readings, like for the other people, when I have started to look at their chart, I will have gotten messages from, like, they were both young adults, and both of the people that I was talking to, like my sister and my friend, were like, whoa, this thing just happened with them. Like, one of them, my nephew got into school, and I was just like looking at his chart, and I could feel like when I feel it, like my muscles will twitch in different areas of my body. And I think that it's clearing the meridians. And like, I don't know if, what I did got him into school, but there's just been synchronicities around. And so I was like, I want to do the chart when the person's right there. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's
instead of
awesome.
like this thing happens and they have no idea that maybe I was helping or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a blank chart because I don't have any. So my birthday is 8/1/75. And you said you've never looked at my birthday before?
No, I've been wanting to ask so many times, but it's kind of
Yeah.
like this is another synchronicity. Like maybe I was supposed to ask on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, we're always busy like in
Yeah.
Q&A and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Um, Hi Lisa. I'm glad that you're here. It feels weird having someone do my numbers.
I know. I'm like, I don't know if I've
I
ever
don't
seen anyone do your numbers
I don't think
in
anyone's
a
ever done.
podcast.
My mom's done my numbers, but I don't think anyone else has ever done my numbers. Maybe my sister a long time ago.
Like it adds up to 21. I want to make sure I did the math
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
So I was redoing some of my binder earlier today,
Okay.
and I don't see it here, but I don't know if anyone's ever told you that you have like a silent six,
No. Where do you see
but
that?
I don't see it anywhere. But
Okay.
I was going through like just the different combinations, like rewriting them and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was one that it was like, this one's for her. And I thought it
Hmm.
was one with like the seven or the eight. And I
Hmm.
was like, it's a six. I'm like, that
Okay.
doesn't make any sense.
I
And so,
mean, I'm definitely an artist, absolutely, like
yeah, obviously.
1000%. So,
Everything
yeah.
you do, like even your course, like I don't even know how you make all those beautiful pictures.
Oh, most of them are AI. So,
I know, but even that, like I wouldn't know how to
yeah.
make those, even with the
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure that in 20 years, everyone's gonna know how to do that. But like
Mhm.
right now, it's impressive.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So the six and the eight was what I got together,
Hmm.
even though, there's no six. But
Yeah.
it's interesting because it talks about self-worth, which is the eight.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so like I usually don't do my computer here, which is like that's why you're like, oh, the setup looks different.
Yeah, it looks
And
pretty.
so like as I was setting up today, I was like, oh, I should do it this way. And like there is a picture behind me and it says you are enough. And I was like,
Mm,
oh, that
I
fits the
like that.
synchronicities again.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I started writing this out and I was like, I'm just going to read this because this was for her.
Mm.
So I'm going to read it out.
Okay.
Okay. So it says, you're someone who self-sabotages because you feel unworthy and uncared about. People who want to take advantage of you will see this about you. If you work on this, then it'll be harder for them to push these buttons. It would help to question your self-worth out loud. You may feel like other people deserve this more than you do, and so think of it as you having a problem and then thinking, well, someone else has it worse off than me. Their suffering doesn't minimize your suffering, no matter how big their suffering is. And this is the same with deserving things. Just because someone else deserves something a lot more than you do, it doesn't minimize how much you deserve something. It feels related, but it's not. You tend to go inward and punish yourself, and that's how you deal with your pain. So that last line doesn't relate as much, but
Mhm.
so as I was doing that, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't.
that's all. That all fits, even the last line. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm totally like that. My biggest problem is that I have self-worth issues. Like that is absolutely the thing I struggle with the most. And I always feel like my voice doesn't matter, even though you know, I know it does. I know how impactful I am. So it's like, it's almost like my seven is always saying, you're amazing, you're impactful, you're making a difference, you're doing the right things. But then my eight is always saying, you suck, you're terrible, nobody likes you. Like
Mhm.
nobody likes you, nobody wants you around, and like that is absolutely what I go through. And I go through a lot of sabotage, a lot of
Hmm.
self-sabotage. So,
I've never thought of self-worth though, and feeling like you don't deserve the blessings in your life.
hmm, I don't,
Like, have,
I spent, so like, I really think that a lot of mine was conditioning from childhood. Like I had a really rough childhood and I had a really rough early adulthood as well. Um
mhm.
I specifically just had a lot of people tell me that I was worthless, like literally
Mhm.
tell me those words.
Wow.
And I had like whenever I would succeed at anything as I did things throughout my life, people always would tell me that those things weren't worth anything and that I shouldn't do
Wow.
them. And I've even had people like talk me out of like my dreams.
Mm.
Like I actually wrote children's books for a while and they were good. Like they were really
Mm.
good. And I keep one of them in front of me because it reminds me to never ever let another person tell me to stop
Mm.
what I love, because I stopped that because people told me that it wasn't worthy to do. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
I'm
Uh-oh.
doing healing on you right
I don't
now,
know if I'm
so
gonna
that makes
sneeze.
sense.
Yeah, I'm having like like weird reactions. Um,
Good. I'm
but
glad
yeah,
you could feel it.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I just have dealt with that my whole life. Like that's been my biggest struggle. Like it's like one part of me is like I know I'm this amazing person and I feel the impact I make and I can see it.
Mm.
I have no lack of testimonials, like, and I don't mean just from my business. I mean my entire life. Like my entire life, even when I was a very small child, I've had people tell me how much I change them and how much I help them and how much I impact them. So I've always known that I am this person, but I always was told that I wasn't,
So
and
I asked the
so.
guides, like, what does that have to do with not deserving like
Hmm.
something? And so I got, you don't believe that you deserve to have your dreams come true.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be true. I mean, I do believe it. It's just I don't believe it to my core. I surface believe it because I work on it.
It's not that you don't believe it, it's that you don't think you deserve it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So when you started talking, I got like the healing in the throat
Mm-hmm.
and then like the heart chakra.
Mm.
And like there's a
Yeah.
lot of grief
Yeah.
from like not like feeling like you don't deserve
Yeah.
the good
Makes
things that
sense.
you get. But like it's interesting that I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, but if one of our biggest things is like for you,
Mm-hmm.
that's it, is your dreams coming true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, in a lot of ways, my dreams are coming true. Like, I mean, everything I set out to accomplish, I do,
Yeah.
so it's almost like I'm starting to have more proof than not, so it's hard not to believe that it can happen.
So I just got that like with clearing the meridians and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
as you, it's not that you won't self-sabotage anymore.
Mhm.
There'll just be less resistance to it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you'll be able to get through those moments faster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like we still hit walls of like, oh, I can't do this. You know what I mean? Or like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't deserve
Hmm.
this. Or like, instead of like a month of sabotage, it'll be like a day. Or instead of a day, it'll be
Yeah.
5 minutes. Like,
And that is happening. Like that is
yeah.
absolutely happening. Like I definitely I still go through like bouts of depression and things, but they're way shorter than they used to be. And I still go through like self-doubt, but I have found like coping mechanisms, to make it not last as long. Um, you know. So, yeah, that's
You'll
all I
have to let
can
me
say.
know if they go even faster now. We'll
Yeah.
see if it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love that.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so that's what stands out in my chart, like the 6 and 8, even
Hmm.
though I don't have a 6, which
Even
is
though you don't have a six, but you're so
yeah.
creative. Like everything you do,
Hmm.
like even like everything you do
Yeah.
is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's all I care about. I mean, that's what like I had contractors here one time, like they were working on my house and they were like, "Well, what do you want here and what do you want there?" And I said, "Listen, I don't care if it's done like the way it's supposed to be done. Just make it look pretty. I don't really care." Like make it structurally sound and all that.
Yeah.
But I don't care about anything. I just want it to look pretty. Like I just want
Yeah.
everything to look pretty. I don't care if it's actually right, you know?
Yeah. I need you
Like
to make it look
I
nice.
mean that's just,
My environment
you
affects
know.
me a lot too.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
need to look around and say I created this. Like when I look
Mm.
at my house, I go, "Oh wow, I built this." I didn't really build it, but I redid the whole thing piece by piece by piece.
Wow.
And I feel like I've built it.
Hmm.
So I like looking around and going, wow, this is all because of me, And I kind of look at
Yeah.
my business that way now too. I look at it like
Interesting.
this is all because of me, because I had a dream and I had a vision and I made it happen and it's happening. Like look at all you guys, like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like
It
who
is
would have
crazy.
thought that I'd have classes full of people that like are learning from me. Like I always feel like I'm just this little kid, like this little kid teaching grown adults things. Like it's crazy,
But
you
that's how
know?
it should feel. Like you're like a kid again, being able to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, and that is
Like
how I feel.
that's
Yeah.
what they say is like the biggest thing is
Yeah.
becoming an adult and then
Yeah.
healing yourself and then being able to like have that like because we're born and we're like a kid and that's who we are and then it gets like all these things happen and we get taught different things and just being
Yeah.
able to be that carefree child again.
Yeah. I will tell you, I thought that I was completely healed about 2 years ago. I really reached a point where I felt so good about everything in my life. Everything was going good. It was like every direction I felt good. Like my kids are stable. My boyfriend was great at the time. My house was the way I wanted it. Like my business was taking off. Like everything was working. And then I introduced people back into my life, that I probably shouldn't have. And
Yeah.
everything crashed down. Like
Mhm.
everything, like more things than I ever thought could crash down. It was like my entire life blew up. It was insane. And then I went, "Oh, I'm not healed at all." Because
No.
all my trauma came to the surface and it's like all it must have just been, I healed parts of it or something. And maybe you never heal. I don't freaking know. But,
No. I
you
think we
know,
all keep healing. And I think it's because we learn more about ourselves.
yeah.
Like there was this
Yeah.
talk I heard about like the universe, but the
Hmm.
universe, like everything you go through, you meet more of yourself. And that's
Yeah.
one thing that you learn about yourself is healing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I feel like if we did heal everything, one of the guides would just like trip us up again,
Oh
which
yeah.
isn't very nice. Like, could there be different ways to learn about ourselves rather than healing?
Probably not on Earth.
It's not fair.
Pretty sure that's the point of this place, but
Yeah, Earth school.
um anyway, so let's do some other people's numbers.
Yeah.
Um okay, so and you guys can put numbers in if you have any that you want to have us look at. So we have Norma and Carrie right now. So whose do you want to do first?
Hmm. Let's do Norma.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't even have my chat open. I wanted to. Oh,
Lisa, yours
April.
are fun and interesting. I agree. We did a whole case study on Lisa.
Wow.
Yeah, because her numbers are interesting.
Norma's got the double ones like my sister. And
Yeah.
that is about like holding your beliefs really close to your heart. And so
Hmm.
I would imagine, Norma, you don't really put yourself out there that much. And when you do, it's with like a loved one or a close friend, which makes a lot of sense. I gotta start putting these in the chart.
Okay.
Hmm. I put a 4 in the 5 spot. I wonder what that means.
Oh, that's interesting.
So a 4, which is about like direction and getting pulled in a bunch of different directions and stuff and opportunities. In the 5 spot would be a lot of opportunities with family.
Mm.
It's interesting that I brought up family with the ones too. I wonder if you'll have a lot more opportunities to share what you believe, like in a safe way. Make sure that, like, because for you, it's really vulnerable. So I would make
Mhm.
sure that you even tell them this is like really vulnerable for me. So if you could listen and give me space, I think it would actually mean a lot to people if you
Yeah,
shared with them what you believe. Now
that
let me
makes
put that
sense.
in the right spot.
Yeah, whenever I put a number in the wrong spot, I'm always like, "Oh, what does that mean?" You know?
Yeah.
And then the guides start like sending messages and yeah.
I've never worked it out like
Mhm.
verbally before. Like I've always tried in my head and I'm like, that's overwhelming. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
that it all came out properly.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Um, I wanted to look at the life purpose number I'm being drawn to. Oh, yes.
I was gonna say I wanted to talk about that too. So,
Yeah. So it's interesting that I was talking about your talking to your family, lots of opportunities about sharing what you believe, especially with spirituality, like what you believe about the world, like your worldview. And then this is about like the decisions that you do make and and being pulled in a lot of different directions, which is interesting. So a part of this one is you do always make the right decisions. Your purpose is always to make proper decisions that they're good for you and not fall into temptations that lead you away from your path. So I bet sharing your beliefs with your family would be really hard to tell them about. Sometimes when I'm talking to someone and I get tripped up and I lose my train of thought, it's because um, I've heard from somebody else, like another medium, that it's really important.
mm,
And it's almost like when I hit these points, it's a healing for the collective. So like it's a
mm,
really big deal.
mm.
So this is more for just you, Norma. So your purpose is always to make proper decisions that are good for you and not fall into temptations. Okay. So now it's coming back through. So the temptation is to be scared. The temptation is to not share with them what you believe really close to your heart, but it's really important. And after this happens, like there's a part of this that you'll want to be like, was that the right decision? I shouldn't have done that. Like I was too vulnerable. But it's almost like there was never any other way for you. Like you're always supposed to do it. So when you do, if you do, I don't know if that's actually a thing for you. It's the right decision to do it. Even if you're vulnerable, even if they say the wrong thing to you, you did the right thing. So that's what I got out of that.
Yeah, that
Uh,
makes sense.
I mean, there's the high energy one, but I'm not being drawn to that one as much. What about you, Tammy?
No, I was being drawn to her life purpose number as well.
Mm.
So your life purpose is the wise man at the gates of East and West, and it's all about making good decisions. It's also about being a keeper of the knowledge. Like you're
Mm.
someone who knows the right thing. You just don't always take the right options. Like you don't always make the right choices for yourself, but you're always like able to hold the right you hold all the wisdom. So you're really good at telling others what they should be doing, you know? And so the wise man at the gates of East and West should always be told that they have all the answers for themselves and they need to start using those for their own life, you know. And part of, like I'm looking at your four as well. Part of your four is broken off the way that I drew it, and I keep asking like what does that mean? And it's like the four is saying, I've been giving you all these options, but you don't take them. And so it's like saying, I'll come back together as a whole if you start seeing all the options you have and start going in more directions, you know? So I think that fits right along with, having the knowledge and knowing the right decisions and all the things that Petrine's saying about, sharing your beliefs with your family and things like that, even though that's hard, that may actually start bringing all of your numbers into like more of a working space because it seems like some of your numbers are kind of shutting down in a way. Like at least the four is kind of saying that. The four is kind of saying like, I'm just kind of like not really showing up the way I could be, until you make more decisions that are for you. So I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah, it does
Okay.
make sense.
Okay.
That's neat how that works together. I see you do it on other
Yeah.
podcasts, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Yeah. Let's do Kirsten's son,
Oh,
because
good.
they're really interesting numbers. And hi, Kirsten, by the way. Um, let's see. 11/1/23.
Ooh, the ones today.
Yeah, a lot of
I
ones.
haven't seen three ones. I've been excited to see three ones.
Oh, good. So see, now you'll feel into it.
Yeah.
And there's the six you've been feeling today too.
Mm, yeah. So I see the three ones, but I need more information. I'm gonna go to
So
the.
do you want me to talk about it first for a little bit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so ones are all about they're your crown chakra, and they're all about your connection to God, source, or the higher power, the angels, anything, like whatever you consider like source energy to be, that's what the connection is there. Um, your son would be someone who pulls in the white light energy through his crown chakra, and then he mixes it with his heart energy, and then that is the energy he's using to give to the world, like to give to the people around him. It would make him someone that is really loving and really beautiful. He's got like a beautiful nature. He also has this very strong desire to make the world a better place for him having been here. He's got a little bit of trouble with that because he goes through some victim mentality and he gets in his own way because of that. Um, he doesn't have a lot of victim mentality, but he has it like um he has this internal battle. It's like an internal victim where he almost gets like the only word I can think of is like indignant. He gets like it puffs him up when he feels like a victim. Like he gets arrogant is a better word. Like he gets a little bit arrogant. He's a very gentle, soft, beautiful person, but when life's not going the way that he thinks it should go, he definitely reacts to that and like shows that, like that's when you're gonna see his big personality come out. And then whenever I see three of any number, I always think you're a master of that number. So he's gonna be a master of the ones. And what that means is that he's going to, um, he's gonna have a lot of determination. He's gonna have a lot of leadership energy. It's probably going to bring him, because he's introverted, it's probably going to bring him a little bit better, a little bit more out of that, like so that he's not hiding away in that. He's going to be a little bit more extroverted than introverted, even though he's got introvert energy. So it's going to make him determined and motivated, and it's going to make him want to do things. And then he also, because he has that like eight energy, you don't see it but it's there. um I mean, we see it, but you don't see it like right away. um he he's driven by people telling him he can't do things, so he actually does better in situations where he doesn't feel that he's trusted or like people understand him. Like whenever people like kind of say you can't do that, it's almost like he does it twice as good, and that's going to be a driving force for him. So that's actually good, because he wants to win at everything, but then when he gets overwhelmed, he is going to hide. And then that's when I would say he needs to go into nature because he needs a nature balance to balance him. So anyway, that's what I see. What do you see?
So the last time I did a reading for someone's son, I had to really call them out, and I was like, this isn't fair. So it's kind of nice this time that you got to tell the things that are hard, and I get to tell the solutions, so which
Well,
is
that's
really
good.
nice.
That's good.
I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah, that's
Calling
good.
people out really sucks. So I've been wanting to look at that double three or double.
Triple.
Well, I get it makes a three, but that triple one, because like I keep getting people with the two ones, which is you don't want to talk about your spirituality, but this one is you do want to talk about your spirituality. Like this one is you have no problem pronouncing your beliefs to the world. You spend your whole life trying to maintain your spiritual, physical, and mental balance. So, and with the three or the six being in the spiritual in the chart, it's being creative with your spirituality, which I still didn't get much from that. But then I remembered that I have my tarot cards here. And I was like, there's got to be more. What else can I help with? Okay, so I went through the Rider-Waite deck, and it's more from like a nervous system and trauma informed. And so I pulled the Five of Wands
Hmm.
and I wrote my own thing. So I'll read that. So this is all about developing flexibility under pressure. Like he actually learns a lot more when he is struggling. But what I'm finding about healing the nervous system is you need a little bit of like the thing, oh, what's it called? It's like when you're allergic to something, but you introduce a little bit of the allergen at a time and your body gets used to it.
Hmm.
So, what else did I have on here? So you ask yourself, where am I in a growth environment that feels messy but's useful? So he's going to learn how to be creative spiritually by being in environments that he has to be creative and getting, in different work environments and different social groups and stuff like that. Like there's going to be friction, but to be creative with that, and that is what's going to build him. And then I got angel cards too. They're really pretty. This one's called The Lovers,
Mhm.
Archangel Raphael. So he's
That
most
fits his
definitely,
numbers pretty well.
yeah, the six. And it says, make choices from your heart, deeply emotional commitments, the power of love. So it's about being creative, but really feeling into that, like being true to yourself, like really telling the truth even when you are vulnerable. Maybe it's in being in those environments where he's fighting himself, but
Mhm.
but not to be in environments that are too chaotic because you don't really the nervous system doesn't really
Mhm.
learn that way.
Yeah. Well, he would stay away from that anyway. Like he would either exit the situation or he would go inward because
Hmm,
that's how he would process that, you know. He wouldn't
interesting.
deal with chaos well. And
Yeah.
and he's gonna have very strong boundaries. I mean, he's just a little kid, but like this is like as he grows, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but he's gonna have very strong boundaries. So he's
Mhm.
not going to probably put himself in much chaos on purpose, you know. And if he finds himself in chaos, he's going to exit it quickly, you know, it looks like. Um, that's what I see.
And when I was telling someone about that, like say you're scared of spiders, instead of like being in a room with a spider, even just thinking about being in a room with a spider, like when you're introducing something that would help you grow and you're scared of it.
Mhm.
Like, so
Yeah.
even mental exercises, like say he's going to be afraid of going in front of the class, not that he should do that, but really
Mhm.
like, because they say that when you go through something in your mind, your brain doesn't know the difference between like your
Yeah.
imagination and real life. So just practicing a lot with things he's scared will really help.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That
even doing it with him, like, oh, we go into the
yeah.
classroom, we,
Mhm. Like you act it out or play
yeah.
it out. Yeah, that's a
But
good
him not
idea.
actually ever doing that, like even the exercise of
Mhm.
doing it is really gonna help him.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so we do have to go to the after show, but before we're done, I want to say, so you have a bunch of readings that you have to do so that you can
Yeah.
graduate.
You're right.
So, what did you decide to charge for your readings?
So they're $30
Okay.
for half an hour.
Okay.
So what I'm also going to do with these readings is the healing as well.
Okay.
So it'll be the readings and the healing, and I am available Wednesdays. So
Okay.
I've booked a lot of
Okay.
appointments on Wednesdays.
Okay. Good.
And my website is you have to do
Yeah.
www.petrinenumerology.ca.
Okay. And I'm gonna put everything in the show notes when this posts. So everyone will be able to get a hold of you. So
Really?
thank you for coming. This was really fun. I mean, it went really fast.
Yeah.
It went like so super fast. Um so we're gonna head over to the after show. So everybody join us over there. And thank you, Petrine.
Thanks for coming. This was so fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. All right. Bye, everyone.